Who's your top five?
Top five. Top five. Top five.
I am the greatest.
Top five. Top five.
I am the greatest.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Resisting boredom, engage. Welcome to Rank and File for this week, where we're going to do horror movies. I'm Brandon Kaiser.
Josh Jessen.
I'm Brian Haas.
Kid Coleman Cool.
Why'd you do that weird?
Well,
Anyways, like I said, we're going to do the... We're going to look at horror movies since it's Halloween, if you couldn't guess by our strange attire. So, we're going to do it a little differently. Normally we would do 5. We would combine them all together using math and figure out what the top 5 overall were. But this time,
math is awesome.
since we're doing such a vague topic as horror movies, and we all have very different backgrounds in terms of watching horror movies, we realized if we did that, we would have a shit ton of ties, and that'd be a lot of debating. So, we're going to do a little differently. We're each going to run down our top 10 horror movies, and that's pretty much it. So, hope you enjoy it. You can figure out whose list you agree with the most. I got that.
I believe there's going to be some sort of after list discussion.
Yeah, we'll probably discuss it a little bit. Anyways,
Or complain and tell them they're stupid.
Yeah.
look, guys.
Stay tuned for
I haven't seen a lot of horror movies. Who wants to go first?
Kit wants to go first.
Okay, scratch my nose.
Kit, you want to go
He's
first?
raising the hammer of going
Yeah,
first.
you're raising your hammer like you wanted to go first.
No, just scratch. Are we going 10 to 1?
10 to 1, like always.
Oh, just each?
Wait, who's going first? Kit?
Kit.
Alright, Kit, go ahead. What's your top 10 horror movies?
Alright. Number 10. Got the Blob. I always thought it was very frightening as a kid, the way he fucking ate everyone solving shit. Number 9, Drag Me to Hell, because I really liked that movie. That it was just very brutal, and the way it ended was even more brutal. Number
brutal.
8.
Like getting your gas shut off. Like chips enough.
Yeah. Number 8. Attack of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh.
This is part of the reason I have a really deep fear of clowns. Number 7, The Shining. Me, my brother, and my cousin spent an entire summer just watching The Shining over and over again because fucking Jack Nicholson rocked the shit out of that movie. Number 6, Ghoulies 2, because it made me afraid as a kid to sit on a toilet. Seriously.
Alright, no, that's fair.
I got you.
Yeah. Number 5, Night of the Living Dead, the 1990s version. By the way, that was 1988 Blob, by the way, I was talking about.
Yeah, that is the hard part about this list.
Yeah.
Is you have to clarify.
The Blob was the 1988 version with Kevin Dillon as one of the protagonists. That was pretty rad. But
Victory!
But this Night of the Living Dead is the 1990s version because, well, the main character of I can't remember her name, but the main female character, she was like just a bitch in the original version, and just like I like the new up to date where she just really just fucking killed the zombie quick as shit. It was really enjoyable. And then number 4, The It. This completed my fear. Sorry, It. This completed my fear of zombies. Sorry, zombies. Clowns.
You're afraid of clowns.
This completed
You're
my fear.
aroused by zombies.
Alright,
You're
I'll
afraid
take
of clowns. No, or just keep going.
Alright,
Stop clowning around. What is
It completed my fear of clowns and really solidified my actual liking of Tim
Curry?
Curry. Yeah,
Really? It
did
wasn't
a really good job.
Rocky Horror?
Anything else he is?
All right, number 3, Scream, because this actually got me.
McHale's baby.
This is actually one of the things that actually got me into horror at the time. A lot of horror movies were out, and then my brother, me and my brother kind of watched this a lot, and then we kind of watched a bit more. Because we were remember when we used to watch horror movies with our older brother? See more crazy shit. Number 2, Cabin in the Woods, because I thought it was really fucking creative the way they did that.
Yeah.
And it was just an all-around awesome movie.
It's a good horror movie. It's a solid movie.
And then my number 1.
What's number 1? What's been missing? Hold on. Hold on.
He just dropped the hammer.
I want to I really don't know. You've gone all over the place.
Number
Yeah.
1 is Dawn of the Dead. Not the new one, the old one, the classic. Because that movie I watched like a dozen times with my brother. And like late at night, summer vacation, high school, it's just classic. It's like the blood, the violence, the story. It was just all like awesome, horrifying, and funny at the same time. I love the shit out of that movie. That was a great movie.
All right, who's next?
Well, go ahead.
I guess I'll go.
Knock it out.
I'll knock it out. From starting.
Is it going to be a mathematical list?
Well, I did numerically.
I was going with the costume joke. Never mind.
I
Go.
know what you're doing.
It's math.
I saw what you're doing, and then I hit the wrong button.
I like where your head's
All
at.
right.
Do. Technical difficulties. Do.
You taste the chocolate halo with that too.
What? Chocolate Halo. Alright, at number 10. Coming in number 10. A surprising movie from recent years. That's The Conjuring. I like The Conjuring. Maybe can you not do that while I'm saying it?
He was doing that beforehand.
I know.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, maybe it's just because I feel like there's been a big drought of decent horror movies because a lot of like that come out now are just like Paranormal Activity, Paranormal Activity 2,
And 3.
and 3,
4.
and 4,
And Saw 15 and
and Saw 7, and fucking yeah. So I don't know. When I saw that, I was actually
Insidious
kinda,
5 and
yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know. It was just, I know there's a sequel too now, which I'm not going to see because I like the first one. I don't care about having it beat over the wall.
At least everyone's coming back for the sequel.
Yeah. So I really like that as a kind of creepy. Number 9 is the Amityville Horror. I can't say it. The original, the
Amityville?
Amityville.
Amityville.
Amityville or Amityville?
Amityville.
Amityville.
Amityville. Amityville.
Oh,
The
here.
1976 version? Whatever, I can't remember exactly where it came out.
70s? Let's just
It
go
came out in the
70s.
And I kind of like solidified, like, I like cheesy horror movies. I watch those a lot, but I really like the 70s horror movies more than anything else just because it was like I don't know, there's something creepy about them. Like the way they're filmed, the practical effects, the shitty film quality. I guess, I don't know, I always like those kind of movies. Those are always like a little more creepier to me. I thought it was a better style to them. Which doesn't mean that there aren't other good modern movies like the number 8 on my list, which is The Ring. I like The Ring. I'm not afraid to admit it.
It was a movie.
I'm not afraid to admit it. But it was
Horror
kind of,
movies got it.
it was kind of a creepy movie. It was like, I think that was like the resurgence of like horror movie. I thought was The Ring.
Well, it was the start of the taking Asian horror movies and bringing
Yeah,
them here.
but
right?
because they were doing more creepier shit than just your jump slasher horror movie thing that predominates most of.
More of an ambiance of horror.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Oh, creepiness.
Another movie that I thought did really good stuff at the time and then got washed out and overplayed was the next one on my list, Blair Witch Project. The original was cool.
Yeah.
It was a neat idea.
It was
Creepy.
innovative.
Innovative.
Yeah.
Creepy. It was
Yeah.
it was a really good horror movie.
It started a bit of a thing that
But I
shaking
mean,
cam that they did, but like the first one,
Well,
people
found
really
footage.
questioned it. Like, is this real? Like, and shit like that.
well, stupid people.
It's not so much the shaky cam; it's more the found footage.
Yeah, I mean, it jump started a lot of stuff, but even taking away all that shit, it was still just it's a really cool movie. I think so.
All right,
Made the list.
interesting.
Next is Evil Dead 2. The 2. I mean, 1's okay. 2 is the exact same movie but better.
Fast-paced.
So why go with 1 when you have 2?
Chainsaw
Yeah.
Arm.
But maybe less on the horror. Still kind of creepy.
It's
but-
still there.
But it's a
not-
solid movie.
yeah.
It made my list.
It's
just
not
because
Army of Darkness, where they just kind of threw
It's
out-
not tree raping.
Army of Darkness wasn't even considered.
It's not a horror
It's-
movie.
No one getting raped by a tree. But
Evil Dead 2
still
gets
I prefer
points.
Army of Darkness, not a horror movie though.
Yeah,
So-
Evil Dead 2
Exactly.
gets up on there just because it's a solid fucking movie. I put some solid movies in there.
That's smart.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on number 5. That's It. Stephen King's It. Stephen King is very hit or miss, I think. I think we can all agree with that. He
Makes sense, yeah.
either does really good creepy shit like It, or he does Langoliers, or
Dreamcatcher.
Dreamcatcher, or he does Tommy Knockers. Oh, Tommy Knockers is terrible.
Or the last season of Under the Dome.
Oh, the Green Mile.
Yeah, so
Oh, it's
anyway,
so bad. So bad.
Anyway, when he's on, he's on. And yes, I also have a terrible fear of clowns.
I think most people do. At this point, who says I like clowns?
Oh, actually.
Some
Really?
I always think the phobia is weird. I'm pro clown.
Brian's pro clown? No.
Yeah. Pro
I
clown.
don't-
I guess
clown, I would-
Wayne Gacy.
I
As
guess-
a child, I would
He's
run out
from
of the room.
Wisconsin.
I thought he was.
I guess 1 in 4
I think.
people are liking clowns.
Oh.
I guess who knows?
I don't know. When I saw a clown when I was a kid, I ran.
Casey, leave
They-
those kids.
No, I don't
alone.
like clowns.
They're just
either.
weird.
No.
Clowns are fucking weird.
They're
It's
creepy.
just,
All right, number 4 on this list is Alien, which
Just another good brother.
Is a classic.
it's a class. I don't even feel like the. Okay, the next one I may have to explain. But I think my final 2 after this one. I mean, do I have to talk about how cool Alien is? Alien is.
Yeah. Alien bros
Most people,
frontier,
I
like
think-
there's alien loose in the goddamn ship and
just
they're
just
fucked.
wait.
It's.
That scene when he's in the tunnels and then all of a sudden he turns.
It was like, it's
Fucking
right
scary.
there. It was like, it's not behind. It's like, oh shit, there it is.
Despite all the parodies,
Awesome.
the chest bursting. I mean, there's a lot of awesome.
John Hurt.
It's.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Aaron-
awesome horror.
Aliens firing on all fucking cylinders. Next up,
I heard the alternate ending to that. It was like,
All right, number 3, Cabin in the Woods.
Nice.
Okay.
I mean, as I said when Ken mentioned it, it's just a really good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so there you go.
I think we all
Kind of
agree with you.
explains horror movies a little
And
bit.
number 2, I have The Shining.
Mhm.
Again, it's that 70s. Well, I guess it was 1980, but whatever. It's 1790.
It was
It's
probably
that
produced
aesthetic.
in the 70s.
It's Kubrick. It's
It's
classic.
Kubrick. It's that aesthetic. It's cerebral, not jump scare, not slash.
Despite Stephen King's feelings, we all love it. So
He didn't like it.
Stephen
that?
King doesn't like
It
it
has that fear from isolation.
because
sort of
he
deal
changed
to
too
it.
much stuff from the book.
Oh, you know
So-
what? See, the first time I watched it was like my mom rented it, and she had read the book, and I think she locked it in the freezer once. Yeah, no, that was the story.
For the movie.
No, the book. When she told me when she got the book or the movie for Blockbuster, and she was telling me about how when she read the book, like it was freaking her out, and she like put it in the freezer because she didn't want the book to. Yeah.
Awesome.
Did she put it in the freezer because she knows that's what eventually, spoilers, stopped Jack Torrance from killing his family? So she thought it's safer
I don't know
here.
what. No, I think she just put it. She didn't want the book around her, so she put it in the
Right.
freezer.
Second question was going to be, was she on acid at the time?
Might have been.
All right.
But
so
anyway, trying to do it. And number 1, The Exorcist, which is I don't know. There's
I
just
think
so
you'll
many.
find that on a lot of people's lists.
There's
so
just no. There's a
one.
lot of elements of that movie that just feel
Well,
right.
Yeah.
Like not just like
That's
the
interesting.
horror. It's a cool concept. Kind of same reason that Amityville made it on my list was Amityville based on a true story because there was like the murders and everything and the devil made me do it and all that stuff. It's kind of like those themes that just I don't know kind of
At the time, people
You know.
were passing out in the theater watching.
yeah no like
They
those
actually
things
had
that
to cut
resonate.
it. They had to cut things out, like the whole crab walk up the staircase that she did. They
Oh,
cut
yeah,
it
yeah,
out,
I
the
heard about
original like take. It's-
Yeah.
It's
Still
just
Kirsty
it's
Clark,
creepy.
yeah,
It's got some it's showing or no telling, not showing. I don't know. But anyway, it's a good fucking movie. Go see it. You guys, you haven't seen it, right?
I saw.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Go fucking see it. Don't bother with Exorcist 2.
I saw the Exorcist.
I don't acknowledge this.
Actually, no. Exorcist 3 is probably the one you don't need to.
I saw no. You don't need to see the Exorcist prequel. I saw 2 versions of that.
I have
Don't
heard,
see it. It was terrible.
I've heard The Exorcist. The effects don't hold up,
I
but it's still a solid movie. Like it's not like it's going to ruin the movie for you.
No,
It's just you're not going to find it scary nowadays if you watch it early.
Turn all the lights off.
I don't want
Watch
to
it
spoil
alone.
alert. Wait for my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think it's good.
Yeah,
Well,
I haven't
let's-
seen it.
Let's
so.
cut out the spoiler alert, Brian. Let's get your list going.
All right, let's witness it.
Witness me!
I'll go
Sorry,
to-
you're supposed to say that. Instead of the hammer.
But I'll go to the phone because it's got my updated list in order.
Oh.
Number 10 is Dreamcatcher, which is a good movie. It might not be the scariest.
A lot of people don't like it. I like it.
I
Thomas
find it
Jane,
enjoyable.
Great cast. Jason Lee,
Jason Lee, yeah.
Damian Lewis,
And the most important thing, I watched the movie,
That's-
enjoyed it, then read the book,
Timothy Olyphant.
enjoyed it just as much.
Good
And,
naming people.
yeah. What's the Band of Brothers, bro?
Damian Lewis.
That's my guy. That
Lieutenant
also-
Winners.
This is their jam.
Yeah, that also really helped.
Oh yeah, fucking
No shit.
Winners was in that shit. Yeah.
Anyways, number 9,
Number 9.
The Exorcist.
Whoa.
Whoa, rated a little low.
I was confused that Shining was.
Now you know why we didn't want to do math for this
Yeah,
one.
no, and I'll explain my reasoning. Growing up, I'd always heard it was the scariest movie ever, whatever.
From all your old folk parent people.
Yeah, parents and
We're terrified
old men
Family
like Josh. But anyway,
man.
so I watched it as I wasn't quite an adult. I don't think I was mid to late teens. Watched it at like
That's about when I watched it.
yeah, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning in the living room, pitch black, everything by myself. I was underwhelmed. I don't know. What do you say?
Underwhelmed?
Underwhelmed. Yeah. So it was good. It's classic, but I don't know. Maybe I'm a big hype person. If I hear it's the best thing ever, my feeling's gonna be low. If everybody tells me, fuck off. If I hear that it's shit, I go, wasn't that bad? Not half bad. I'll watch it.
It is true. His costume is a movie gave a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I like irony.
Hipster shit.
Number 8 is Slither, because it's just a classic movie.
Good movie.
Ooh,
Classic. Cult classic. It's a cult classic.
Yeah. I guess I should watch my wording when especially with a list like this. It's good. It does its thing, but it's not it's not gonna make anyone's top list except mine. Maybe, I don't know.
It was in the running.
Yeah, nothing super special. It's done well. Good cast. It's an
fun.
enjoyable-
James Gunn?
it's an enjoyable
Fun movie.
Yeah.
Fun movie.
All right. I'll just keep going. Number 7 is Cabin in the Woods, which
It's the only movie so far on everybody's list. I think,
yeah, I
right?
really enjoyed it. I rated it a little low on this list just because.
Spoiler.
Oh.
You said so far.
We haven't
Yeah.
nailed it off.
Anyway.
I said so far.
Spoiler.
Maybe it's not on my list.
Ooh.
Nice coat.
But yeah, no, it was good. I gave it a little lower on here because it wasn't super straight horror. It was comedy, which I really enjoy because I'm not a huge horror fan, but it mixes everything up, you know. Moving on to number 6, I put Evil Dead 2.
Back in the Habit.
No.
Actually, Dead by Dawn.
Oh.
Ha!
Okay, did you have
You didn't
Evil Dead?
remember there was a
didn't.
semicolon.
Really?
Yeah.
Her.
I like the Evil Dead series, but
Not enough to get on your.
You wanted more of a standard horror list.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'll just say that I know we watched Army of Darkness first. It was actually back when we lived together on Locust. And then after...
I also watched Army of Darkness
Yeah.
first.
After that,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I watched the other 2 movies back to back.
Mhm.
Really enjoyed both of them, but again...
Apples and oranges.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the thing.
Well, maybe like apple,
The
orange
fir-
and tangerine.
Yeah, the first and
Because-
second one...
because they're kind of
I,
the same.
I was going back and forth, but because I watched them so close together, I didn't have the original bias that some people have.
I think we watched Army of Darkness, then 2, and then 1 finally.
I think we
wa-
went back and did 1 and then 2, but
I want to say I saw 2 before.
Yeah, I saw
I
3
think we.
and then I
thought
saw
we,
1
I
and
thought
2.
we as a group watched 1 and then 2 after.
I saw
Army of
one.
Darkness.
I actually saw it in order. Like
Oh.
with me and my brother during we were playing Monopoly at 4 o'clock in the morning, watching Evil Dead movies and
All right.
Ah, to be
anything
good.
with dead in the title.
be
That's how I
good.
watched Dead Alive.
Anyway.
But anyway, I was like, the 2, the second one's
And
crazier.
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
and like you said, I agree with you. Moving on is number 5.
Saw that
Pencil
in the
in the
theater.
I would go Shaun of the Dead, even though it's not a straight horror movie. I like
Horror
parody.
elements.
I like comedies.
Sure, there's some horror in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Sloth,
bases off
Sloth,
of it,
yeah.
But just the fact that the movie's so good and so funny and everything else together,
Solid movie.
it boosts it right on
Great
up.
movie.
Number 4, going back to an actual classic, I'll use that correctly. Psycho.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to argue.
Again, I watched a lot of these, not in
Vince Vaughn.
chronological order.
Not the Vince Vaughn version.
Fuck.
Oh wait, not the Vince Vaughn version?
Shut up.
How'd that make your list?
You go to hell. You go to hell if you die.
Shut up.
But in just I was rounding out my movie watching experience a couple years ago and watched a lot of classics, and it's really
Casablanca.
Blackula?
I did actually, and no, and yes,
Blackula.
but it does. It's a lot of the stuff you got. I try to watch with the theory that put myself in the time and place, and that just makes it even better movie.
Then
Going back,
Exorcist.
I know it's interesting, but that looking back, and
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes it
Yeah.
works. I watched The Exorcist when I was a little bit younger. I watched this when I was a little bit older, so I think that affects everything.
If
But-
our Hitchcock he's awesome. So
yeah, no, it's just
Hitchcock, yeah.
it's just a great movie. Anyway, I'll just stop talking.
You don't need to say anymore.
Yeah, it's Psycho. Go watch
it's Psycho. Everybody knows it's awesome. I haven't seen it.
Me either.
Really?
If I've seen it, probably.
I mean, I know the ending. I've seen several
Yeah,
scenes
I've
of
seen
it,
it.
but I've never sat down and watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I haven't sat down and watched.
I hate
it.
to insult it, but seriously, you could just cut all that the beginning. It's differently paced. It's an older movie.
Different time back then.
Yeah,
It's a different time back then.
Different
Just
time
like
back
a lot of his other stuff. Anyway,
Very
keep
good.
talking. I'll go The Shining. Just thinking about the first time I watched it, how incredible it was to watch everything develop and everything. Might not have the same rewatch. I'm kind of biased that way. I don't like.
No, I think it has a lot of rewatchability.
That's
Oh
Kubrick.
yeah, I could.
You can watch it. You can pick up on things.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's lots of little hidden
attest
stuff,
to
but
that,
I'm just
yeah.
thinking, like, the first time, weirdly, this is another one that I watched after I heard a lot about it.
Oh yeah.
Then I watched it, and I just enjoyed the experience.
It says something about
It's
the
crazy.
movies that you can hear a lot about and then watch, and then they meet your expectations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It was impressive.
I guess
feel
that's
like
why
I
it's all the
should
way
put
up on
shopping
number
mall on
3.
here.
Yeah, we're on number 3.
And for all you tweens, if you liked the video for The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars, you might want to check out The Shining, because it's very, very close.
So I got bad news for you. The twins don't even know who 30 Seconds of Mars are.
God damn it, are we really that old?
Probably.
Yeah.
Come on, 30 Seconds.
You
Jared
gotta-
Leto?
We
Come
had a
on.
moment
I don't even know
on
what 30
the
Seconds
internet.
Mars is.
Alright, anyways.
Anyway, I'll just leave it at that.
Goddamn kids!
Number
Get
2?
off my internet.
Put Let the Right One In. The
Oh, I always wanted to see that.
What is it? Is
I haven't
it?
seen
I
it.
know it's Nordic.
Wait.
I don't remember.
Not, you wanted the Norwegian or Swedish or whatever it is.
Yes,
version,
I
right?
watched. I watched it.
Not Let Me In, not the Matt Reeves remake.
No, screw that shit.
I want to watch both.
I would watch the other one, but I watched the original
He's already seen the
Swedish one in the foreign language that I had to sit down and
I want to watch
read.
that one first.
Yes, but it was interesting. It was different. It's one of the few movies that actually did give me a little bit of a.
It's a movie that's been sitting in my Netflix queue since I first got Netflix.
Oh yeah.
And I just
It's
haven't gotten
still on
around
there?
to it. Yes. Still in there.
Spoiler alert, do you know what actually motivated me to watch this movie?
Terrible accident.
You are correct, sir. I hurt my leg. I had all the time in the world on my hand. One Friday, Saturday
What
night.
were you doing with the other hand?
And that's
It
the
was
guy.
in a cast.
Oh,
the,
Yeah, oh yeah, it was actually. at
And
the time.
wired to his arm or something.
Well, that's the guy that did Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy too.
Oh, I also really
Director.
enjoyed that.
I like that too. A lot of people don't. But I usually-
But
Man, I wish I had some sort of near fatal car crash where I could fucking watch a bunch of movies on
That would be kind of sweet. You can pull the goggles back if they're fogging up because I can see him fogging up.
whatever. Anyway,
It's getting hot in there,
Well,
so take off all your
yeah,
goggles.
there you
we'll just go up there.
Whoa,
Yeah, there
eight
you go.
eyes.
Yo, dog, I heard you like
Spoiler
guys.
alert.
And number 1,
Number 1.
we're moving on to
All
number
right.
Hold
Number
on.
one.
I have no idea where you're going
No.
with this.
Yeah, me either.
You've covered so many movies that I enjoy.
Alien.
Oh,
Alien.
all right, fair.
Watching it the first time, again, I was older. I was at least 18, so I was an adult,
For
whatever.
me, it was like 4 or 5 years ago only. It
Yeah,
was the first time I watched
I was a
it.
grown-ass man, dog.
3 maybe. I don't remember.
I just loved the shit out of it. Watching it, like, I was suspenseful, all just like they wanted. I was, on the edge of my seat.
What's gonna happen next?
It
Yeah,
works
oh.
because, I mean, even if you know about the Alien series and how it's just basically like a schlaggy action film at this point,
Yeah,
that movie still grips you.
Yeah, and I always heard people talk about aliens, like a lot of these movies on my list,
Oh,
people-
Aliens.
Oh, the Alien
Franchise?
full stop franchise.
Well, Aliens is in that franchise.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was specific. The Alien franchise, I went back and started watching it from the beginning.
Quadrilogy.
Yes, I watched.
Hell no.
Are we
I downloaded the quadrilogy, and then I've seen at least some of the bullshit after the.
Okay,
versus
Like
and-
Anyways,
versus Predator.
Yeah, all that-
Yeah, no, those don't count.
I've seen that crap
Aliens,
after,
Tom Licker.
but I went back and started at the beginning.
Yeah.
Alien.
Alien. Stinking.
Oh, it was fantastic. that's why it's number 1 on the list.
Obviously.
Just fantastic and like everything. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
What's better, Alien or Aliens?
Alien, he just told
Alien.
me.
No, I just want to make sure.
It's number 1 on his list.
Look,
No, but
But that-
Aliens isn't exactly in the same horror genre.
no. But I just
Yeah.
mean in general. Throwing about the horror thing, I just wanted to know which one you prefer.
I really do also enjoy Aliens, but Alien
Alien.
is the better movie.
I really like both too, but I prefer
Yeah.
Aliens.
Oh.
I'm not a horror guy. Not a
I
horror guy.
respect that.
Kind of with him on that one, just
Just
because
no.
my brothers, we quoted the shit out of that movie.
No, that's an opinion I can respect.
That's why
I
that's
disagree,
baseball.
but I respect.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're onto your list.
All right. If you're asking me to do my list, I will make it so. So, I'm not big into horror movies. I don't really like most of them. So some of this list may be surprising, some of it may not be. There are
This
exceptions.
list, the following list may shock you.
So, I mean, there are exceptions to that rule. There are movies that scare me that I do like. But anyways, let me just get on my list. It's an interesting list. It's going to be different than everyone else. Somewhat.
Get on with it.
We'll see. All right, enough setup. Number 10 for me is the David Cronenberg classic, The Fly. Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis.
That is Gina Davis.
I really want to watch that.
Yes.
It was a movie.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
It was a movie I didn't watch until I was older, like so many of these, and held up for me. Yeah, some of the effects are wonky, but hey, it's a sweet movie. All right, fuck it. Number 9 is Fright Night, but I'm going to be the weird person and say the remake because I've never seen the original. That's right, the David Tennant, Colin Farrell, Anton Yelchin, Imogen Poots
Kinda
remake.
sounds good.
I liked it. Look, it might be very similar to the original, but I don't know
The
that.
inside
saw it.
smells amazing.
But I don't know that. I don't know that. I just like the remake because I never saw the original.
I don't
So,
even want to leave.
put your comments below because I know people are pissed right about now for me saying that. Put your comments below.
All of you that watch this, all 3 of you.
I liked it. Sorry. Number 8 for me
To be fair, the people that aren't here today that are usually with, well, not usually,
would be
so
yelling at me right now,
they're all horror movie lovers, so,
and they would
Yeah.
think I'm a crazy
Comment.
person.
so I didn't bring them along. Fuck you guys.
Anyways,
Not invited.
no, sorry for that. Number 8 for me though is a movie that has been on
Yours
every
here,
person
though.
has been on every person's list so far. Cabin in the Woods.
Good choice.
Well, if we're going to rank and file this.
Cabin in the Woods. I guess technically Cabin in the Woods would be number 1 then because it's the only movie on all of our lists. So
That's not how the math actually works out. Let's pause for some math.
no, we're not.
We'll see you
No,
in the aftermath.
no aftermath this time. Cabin in the Woods, great movie. I prefer the funny parts over the horror parts, but that's just me because again I don't like horror.
No,
Plus
agree.
Plus
Agree.
Bradley Whitford and Richard Jenkins are awesome, so fuck it. But yeah, I
I'm sure
thought
they played people in that movie.
it was a great movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was concerned going into it because it was a horror movie, and in the end I went out going that was a sweet fucking movie.
But you
So-
trusted in Whedon.
exactly.
And
And
we
Drew
trust.
Goddard, both of them together because they co-wrote it and Drew Goddard directed it. So yeah.
It was Whedon.
There we go. The Whedon and the Cloverfieldness of it got me in. 7 for me is
7.
Dawn of the Dead. And again, bring out your pitchforks.
Oh,
I'm going
God.
with the remake, the Zack Snyder remake of Dawn of the Dead.
Whoa!
Wow.
Why? Because again, I haven't seen the original, but I've seen the remake, and I love it. If it's on TV, I have a hard time changing the channel. It's thoroughly
How do you
entertaining.
feel about the original then?
I don't think people hate Dawn of the Dead, the Zack Snyder one, though. I think it's just they prefer the original.
You want to think of his opinion?
Wow.
That was pretty audible, too. I'm sure you heard that. Anyways, hey, fuck it. I like that movie, alright? Ving Rhames.
Is that the one?
Alright, I don't care. Screw you all. I like Dawn of the Dead Zack Snyder version. Number 6 for me. Another common movie on these lists. Evil Dead 2.
Everybody but?
But Kit.
Okay.
Evil Dead 2 is a phenomenal movie.
I have no reasons for that.
Again, not as good as Army of Darkness. However,
Hey!
very, very good.
We both had our number 6.
Alright. Sweet. Anyways, yeah, great movie. Bruce Campbell. Fucking classic. Alright?
Tonight premieres.
Oh yeah, Ash vs. Evil Dead's on tonight.
Oh,
I'm sure
get,
we'll,
get a little bumper in there.
I'm sure we'll all
See
be
if we get-
pirating it.
Let's see if we
What?
get.
Oh, come
That would
on,
be
nobody
illegal.
has stars. Nobody has stars. We don't need to put
Hold
that
on,
in
no.
there.
This is our chance. We can get stars advertising.
Oh yeah, watch stars. Everyone gets stars. right?
Everyone gets stars.
We all got stars.
It's like
Oh
you
yeah,
get stars.
definitely got
It's
stars.
like $3.
I'm paying like $3 for stars.
You guys got stars. Anyways, so yeah.
Stars.
Yeah, be sure to check that out. Number 5 for me This movie that no one else in this panel has seen, and is a straight-up horror movie that is actually scary. So, the exception, and it was from this year, It Follows.
It's got everything that requires to not make anyone else's list.
But it should be.
Was
No one's seen
because
it.
It Follows.
It's this year. It's actually scary.
It Follows is awesome. Okay, the
Yeah,
disaster
that might be
piece
pretty good.
I'm
score.
gonna have to check it out.
The disaster piece score,
You sold me on it. I'm gonna check it out.
the ambiance, the setting. Micah Monroe is great, and like both movies
I'm
I've
sure
seen
you
her in.
did something.
Yeah, It Follows is great. Just completely different from every other thing.
2 out of 10 with Pet.
All right. Anyways, number 4 for me is the John Carpenter classic, The Thing.
That's fair.
This is also a remake on the list, but most people don't consider it to be
No,
because
because it's better.
the original is like from the 50s or 40s or something like that. So,
Yeah.
and it's better.
I think it's the 60s.
Whatever it is.
But nobody
Anyways,
cares.
this is the better version. This is the Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. You throw Kurt Russell in something, and it's fucking tops.
Yeah, that's just an awesome movie. All right, the practical effects, as weird looking as they are nowadays, still hold up. I'm sorry. They're weird, but awesome. So, The Thing,
I'm a
watch
fan
it.
of Practical.
Yeah.
If
The
you can
Thing's
do
great.
practical, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Mad Max proved it.
Yeah, Mad Max.
That's right.
You know, it's only-
Well, it was combined with CG. But anyways, The Thing, number 4. Number 3, I'm going to go with what is on most lists.
I think it's on everyone's list.
It wasn't on Kit's, I don't think.
Maybe it's the
It's
best one.
terrible
Was it?
list. We've already decided.
Anyways, it's Alien.
Oh,
Is Alien on your list?
Nope.
wrong.
Just
Valid
no.
reasons.
You put a bunch of weird zombie movies you watched with his brothers.
Valid reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, Kid had a very interesting list.
We'll put Phantasm on there, but I don't remember a lot of Phantasm.
Hey, whatever.
Other than my brother was 8 years old and he saw it in the porno theater.
Alien for me was
Way to
one of
go,
those-
Jay! You took our
All
younger
right,
brother.
great.
to
Can I talk about Alien? Alien was one of those movies
We've
I
all
was.
talked about it.
I know, which was kind of pointless for me to say anything, but I was very concerned with Alien actually holding up when I got around to watching it. I was surprised it did completely hold up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that movie.
Guy in a suit is fucking scary. All right.
10 out
Yeah,
of 10.
Would
Cry.
pet.
All right. Number 2 for me is a movie also commonly on lists, which is The Shining.
We also both had it at number 2.
we
All right.
all had that in general.
For as weird as
Wait,
my
we all
list
had
is.
What?
We all had Shining.
Yeah, we all.
Yeah, we all have The Shining.
I had
Right.
That's probably the best rated movie then.
Well, it might be
Number
Cabin in
3.
the Woods. We
It's
were
pretty high
wrong.
up on mine.
Hey, what can you say?
Well, was it?
That hasn't already been
the
said.
Yeah.
And probably repeated drunkenly.
It's great. I don't think anyone mentioned Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson's awesome. Somehow we missed that.
This was probably the last Jack Nicholson movie
Where he wasn't playing
where,
Jack
he,
Nicholson.
where he wasn't playing Jack Nicholson, which is really weird because his character is Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then after that, he just started
That's
playing
ironic.
himself.
And look,
Yeah.
the bathtub scene thing still gets me.
The old broad coming out of the bathtub.
The mix of young, old, cut. Yeah. Anyways, freaky as shit.
Yeah, there's
A naked lady. It's freaky as shit. That's a sentence you don't think about saying very often, but it's true.
It is when she looks like that.
Yeah. Anyways, number 1 is a movie not on everyone's list.
I don't think it's on anyone's list.
And some people maybe wouldn't consider it straight horror, but fuck it.
I'm impressed that it made your list.
It's the original blockbuster. Which means it's Jaws.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was on
Yeah.
anyone's list.
No, it's just you.
I'm surprised it wasn't on mine.
Just you and number 1,
Yeah.
which is impressive.
Which is also weird because I only recently saw Jaws.
Really? What?
As well.
maybe
What?
it's
Within the last year.
fresh in your
I
memory.
completely...
2 years.
I was afraid it wasn't going to hold up. And then I realized, holy shit, this movie is fucking awesome.
It was good.
How did you go?
It's
through
just
your life
it's
without
so
seeing
clear.
Jaws?
Somehow.
Because it was so, well,
Somehow.
at least at my point, it was so old at that point. No one really watched
Oh, it came out before all of us were born.
I know, but like, I had to
So-
go back and like find it and make it happen.
Make it so.
TBS,
Anyways,
like every
but-
Halloween or Shark.
Look, it all holds
don't-
up.
I don't know.
Jaws holds up, alright? And
Yeah.
look, it has that classic fucking John Williams score with the 2 fucking notes. Can build fucking suspense.
B&E.
Whatever it is.
No, no.
Breaking and entering? Anyways,
D&E?
No, it's. I think it is B. I don't know. I don't have a fucking.
That
tool. Oh no, it's B.
yeah, anyways, look, in every way, it held up for me. I couldn't believe
Where's the
how
D?
much I enjoyed
Oh, it's
it.
D.
Just-
I think it's D.
for an older movie, it's incredibly well paced. It is entertaining as fuck. It's fucking Jaws, alright? If you haven't seen it, you should. And
I've seen it, but
if you're most
I guess-
people, you've seen it. So,
I mean, I've seen it. I just I don't know. It didn't
really?
enter my
I mean,
I didn't think so much as horror as
Yeah.
I don't know suspense.
you know, one of these weeks we'll
suspense thriller.
Yes, suspense.
No, but it is horror because back in the day
It
was.
is.
It
No.
was horror.
It
But the
was
thing
so.
is,
I totally understand.
Now it's
it.
more suspense, but when it came out, it was pretty horror.
and I guess now that we're done with our list, we can go into our petty bickering. And
I will say-
to go into it.
First of all, I will say, one day when we get to the top 5 Steven Spielberg movies, that's gonna be a tough fucking list. That's
I
a
have to rank
hard.
and file that.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm sure I can knock those 5 out pretty fast.
Oh, maybe for you. For me, that's gonna be a tough list. Other than knowing pretty much that Raiders is number
Just
one.
hit play how
Anyways,
you want to.
what are you doing?
Looking up the B&E.
All right. Anyways.
Anyway,
All right. Let's open up some discussion now, quick before we go. What are you guys thinking of lists?
About
Now we've
Kid's
all
wrong.
heard each other.
Why?
I don't think he's wrong.
no, get
Oh.
it.
Can we just-
I have my own reasons for Evil Dead not being on my list.
He has very much a growing up watching horror movie.
No,
list.
No, I
I
didn't
didn't
watch
notice
those.
See,
I
and
watched those. I did like them both, but it's Evil Dead 2 was more of Evil Dead. The first one was more of a horror movie,
True.
but it was really slow paced. And then Evil Dead 2 was more enjoyable,
Aside
but
from
it
tree
wasn't
rape.
as horror movie esque as the first one was. So I'm really conflicted between those two.
I can see that.
Well, I
Yeah, it's
understand.
fine.
I just
No,
was fucking with you.
I like Kit's list.
Aliens,
It's
I
weird.
probably should.
Oh yeah,
I-
I was poking fun at Kit, not
Yeah.
Kit's
I don't know,
list. Kit's list was fine.
Kit, watch.
I have not seen hardly any movies on Kit's list, but I respect it.
I want to put
I mean,
Day of
look.
the Dead on there.
Yeah, no,
but
Kit's
the-
got all
no,
set. Like
those
I've
are-
seen most of my horror movies came from childhood, watching with my cousin when we used to go up north, and we'd always rent like a bunch of horror movies when I spent my summers up there.
Okay.
In the middle of the woods watching, but they were movies like Warlock, Warlock 2, The Witchboard. They were like the cheesy 80s kind of Castle Freak. You know, that sort of stuff. That's where I'm at. And like my more 70s thing came from my mom. When she'd be like, "Oh, this movie freaked the fuck out of me when I was a kid. Watch this." You know, she'd go get it from Blockbuster. That's how old that is. We had a Blockbuster when I was a kid.
Yeah, I did not grow up watching horror movies at all.
I used to walk through the horror section of Blockbuster.
I didn't grow up watching horror movies at all. In fact, the only movie I can distinctly remember being told
Well,
by like my
You
mom to
established
watch.
that you don't like horror movies.
The only movie I recall
You like
my
monster movies.
the only movie I've seen on this list that I know I watched because my mom told me to watch is The Shining.
Yeah, but I mean,
And I'm sure she would have told me Alien, but you know, who knows? I was, I didn't think I'd be into it. Whatever. But yeah, so.
anyway, back to Jaws. The Jaws dilemma.
Oh, we're going to the Jaws thing because I put it number 1. Nobody else has it.
Yeah, just
Nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with the movie. It's just I don't know. I didn't personally give it any level because I mean, like a lot of the other movies, there's like a supernatural element. There's like ghost, house, shit like that. There's like something where it follows them around and stuff like that. Jaws, it's a fucking shark. It
But
is
it's
in the
still
water.
scary.
You cannot go in the water.
It's
You
well,
can, Jaws
still
loses its
scary,
fear
though.
the moment you leave the beach. There's a shark and it's eating people in the water. Well, I'm pretty sure the tagline is "Stay out of the water."
Well,
That kills
well,
the entire threat.
it was also they were on an island.
well, for
And it
Alien,
was-
you could
it was
say
like a
don't
big
go in
beach
space.
Yeah,
But they were,
I mean,
They were like
They were already in
asteroids
space.
and like
It
they were
was-
already in space.
don't go to the Overlook Hotel.
it was,
Don't
it was
go.
a
You know,
big beach season.
there's a lot
People
of don't
pay
do
attention.
this, and then you'll never have to worry about it.
or bring guns with you.
Or
People.
Well, no, guns don't stop Jaws unless
Guns was
the ending of Jaws is really shitty.
you think so? I liked it.
The fucking tank in the mouth and
Uh-huh.
the explosion? That's
No,
like...
Did you see Jaws 2, how he died?
I never saw any of the other Jaws movies. Only the first.
He
Yeah.
bit into the electrical wire that like runs on
Yeah, really. Have you seen the other Jaws movies?
Jaws 3, they pulled the
The
grenade
Revenge?
out of his
The
mouth
Yes,
at the SeaWorld
yes.
like place.
Alright, I have seen Jaws 3.
Jaws 4, they stabbed him
And I've
with
seen Operation
the
Condor.
front of the ship, I think it was.
Wait, which one was that where he had to like punch a shark at the end?
Yes.
Not Operation Condor.
I've seen most of Deep Blue Sea.
Is that the one where they're in the aquarium and he has to punch a shark?
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Alright, First Strike, yes.
First Strike was great.
Wow,
That's my favorite Jackie
that's all
Chan movie.
gone.
Anyways, yeah. Look, I mean,
My silver.
I'm mostly gone.
I've been licking.
Probably because you've been tumbling
It's-
that
it's
shit
a-
like a horse at a salt lick.
I will say this: Jaws is a different kind of horror movie. It's kind of the outlier of all these movies. It's like the movie that I can
It-
at least
but
justified as typical horror,
It's weird that it's such an outlier and it made number 1.
just because it's a great movie.
Yes.
Again, sometimes you have to throw out how much it is scary.
Oh, Ian.
I mean, even The Shining, as much as it is scary, it's not as scary as like.
You know what? I don't even think The Shining
I don't
is
know,
that
it
scary. I
follows.
just think it's
Good.
The Shining isn't that scary to me. It's just
It's not that scary. No.
really
It's
good.
spooky.
It is
It's
pretty
really
scary.
creepy.
Yeah,
it's
a little
a
creepy.
cerebral kind of creepy horror
Yeah.
thing.
I
I don't
like
even,
that
maybe
more.
not horror, but it's just there's things going on and you get it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I mean,
Watch it.
who hasn't seen it?
Watch it twice.
Probably children. Get off,
Children,
Get off YouTube. We swear a lot.
eat your candy and go watch The Shining.
Go watch your beauty pies.
I used to watch Are You Afraid of the Dark every time I watched your
Oh yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark? That was a good show.
I was wondering if Masters of Horror
Homer, you-
would count because
I remember staying up late on Saturday nights and watching Tales from the Crypt too.
Yeah. Those are campy.
So.
Candy.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It's
enjoy
not necessarily
See,
bad.
that's the thing. I was trying to like dislodge myself from all that because I've seen like 8 times much more campier, shittier horror movies than I have
I
seen
didn't-
like what I would consider a horror movie. If
I
could
didn't
bring-
put
Are you considering
Tales
ATM
from
as
the Crypt
campy?
movies on here, but
Yes,
Yes.
but
My
no,
problem with horror
Heard that.
movies nowadays is whenever I watch them, I just can't have any type of sympathy for the characters who are in peril. It's like, well, you're gonna die, bitch. Why? Because you're a terrible person, and I'm gonna laugh.
And,
it happens.
and you don't have your concealed carry.
that's called Schadenfreude.
Get your concealed carry.
I seen a bunch of shitty movies,
There's lots.
shitty
Never
horror
have
movies
a
they
gun.
had on
Just have a
Netflix.
gun.
I saw Shrooms.
Oh yeah, you don't really have to have your concealed
The
carry.
corridor.
especially if
Yeah, the
some-
shrooms. Shrooms was essentially like they're in Ireland and there's this poisonous mushroom that apparently causes you to go batshit crazy.
Oh, I watched this. It was fantastic.
It's terrible. You shit me.
Yes.
you have pretty much lost.
I
all your
complained to
story,
my
by
brother
way.
the entire time.
I've been trying to get it off now since we mentioned it.
So many terrible, terrible movies I saw.
If it's the movie I'm thinking of, it's hilarious.
Look, I don't want to talk it up too much, but really, you guys should see It Follows.
I do want to see it.
Yeah, I would
I'm
want
on
to.
to now.
I don't want to
wanted
talk it up too much. I don't want to be like, it's amazing,
That
fucking
other-
watch it. It's a, you know.
Well, that means Brian won't like it.
A movie
But
I
I'm
heard
just
good-
trying to say,
I heard good things about Babadook.
I've heard that also.
I googled that,
I
and it sounded
also
interesting.
have thought about watching The Babadook, and you're next, because I love The Guest, and it's the guy who did The Guest. So yeah, that's another one I've been. These are the few modern horror movies that people talk. The indies. These are like the indie horror movies. Those are the ones that people actually respect. It seems like.
Yeah.
Not like Hostel,
I
where
feel-
just like the gruesomeness
No.
is what
I feel like
draws
we're
you in.
winding down.
No, it's
Paranormal
not
Activities.
Paranormal Activities.
Yeah.
No, it's
Right.
not. Yeah.
It's none of
I
that.
feel like we're winding down now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should just round off maybe a couple honorable mentions, everybody. I know you would appreciate that. But
I
we'll
guess.
start with Brian. Brian, any honorable mentions? Things that didn't make your list that you thought like, hey, quick shout out to
A lot of mine have been mentioned, but yeah.
The only thing I crossed out two
even if
things.
you didn't mention it, just
Yeah.
that you feel like it was.
I crossed out the one that I actually want to mention is Pitch Black, which you may
I also have crossed out on my list. Questionable horror, more sci-fi, but
But
it has horror elements
yeah,
and
it
stuff
scares
in
you.
it.
Anyway, it was a good
and
movie.
it's the best of the Riddick movies.
Yeah, I watched it quite a few times. I think we had HBO at the time, and you know how they loop movies when they come out. Me and my family, we watched it like every time it was on. So I
It
enjoyed
was
that.
it was the first great live action Vin Diesel movie.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Because Iron Giant is animated.
Get anything?
I would say Day of the Dead because the original, not
Okay,
not
yeah, I was gonna say where
Didn't you have the not a or no? You.
I had Dawn of the Dead, the remake.
The original Day of the Dead had some really great scenes, especially a gruesome scene where they actually see a man get torn apart by the zombies. It's like the practical effects of that amazing. And
Reminds me of the Shaun of the Dead.
there was something else
Yeah.
I wanted to mention, but I can't remember what it was.
All right. Well then.
And moving on.
A lot of the things have been mentioned. You mentioned Pitch Black just now. Dreamcatcher you had on your list. Slither you guys had on the list and stuff. I got. Look, in the end, I ended up not putting it because it's not quite horror-y enough for me, which is The Frighteners is a movie I love. Despite the Back to the Future bias. It's still...
No, it's.
No, it's
Embrace
still a great movie. All right, Peter Jackson, fucking before he did Lord of the Rings, I love that movie. all
So
right?
it's your
Comedic.
Lord of the Rings bias.
No, it's not the Lord of the Rings bias either. It's just a really fucking solid movie. Look, if you haven't seen The Frighteners, watch The Frighteners. It's a lot of fun. It's very
It's a
entertaining.
fun movie.
Yeah, and there are some horror stuff in it. I mean, it has the guy going through the wall, which is kind of like, what is that, a Nightmare on Elm Street thing? It kind of took the same sort of idea, where he's like coming through. Anyways, yeah. Other than that, I really like 30 Days of Night too. Didn't quite make my list, but 30 Days of Night gets a bad rap, I think. I like it. All right, so screw it. I know it's based on a comic book, but hey, that got me in the door. So 30 Days of Night, good movie. What do you got for some mentions here?
that haven't already been mentioned, I do think Friday the 13th and Halloween do need to be mentioned.
A lot of people,
At least the originals.
Oh yeah.
The sequels were, it's a dead horse that's been beaten all over. But the originals did have some pretty freaky.
Maybe the second Friday the 13th though as well because the first one was just Mr. Voorhees.
Yeah, let him say what he was saying. No, I've never seen those movies.
Oh well, the originals they do have it's cool as an original if you take the fact that there's 7 of them. It loses it.
You need to know for your history.
But yeah, no, they're solid movies. They didn't make anyone's list because I think probably because there's such maybe an overwhelming bias that it's just cliche. But I feel like we need to shout at them. And the only other one that didn't make my list was
it's gonna move around the table now.
Children of the Corn.
Okay.
I saw that when I was 8 or 9 or something like that.
Oh yeah, He Who Walks Behind the Rose.
I mean, it's when Stephen King's on, he's fucking on. When he's off, it's Tommy knockers. But I really like Children of the Corn. Even to this day, even if they're children, you can punch them. But
hell is for children.
I think there's a lot of cool elements. Obviously, even South Park did. That's a good episode. The Children of the Corn, Beyond Thunderdome episode combo that they did.
Oh, the one where they got the grown-ups kicked out of town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that.
So yeah, sacrifice someone to...
Yeah.
To John... What was his name?
Johnny Unitas? No, it wasn't Johnny Unitas.
Johnny Unitas?
That wasn't John.
The football player?
No, yeah, it was one of the Broncos.
It was a Bronco.
Oh, John Elway?
Maybe that was it.
I don't think it was Elway. I thought it was someone from the 70s.
Unitas was Colts.
It was...
Anyways. So, as the phones keep going off, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Look.
Hello?
If you just answered, fuck you. Fuck you. I think that's gonna...
So that's all the time we got here for Resist Bored.
I wanted to say a couple
like,
things
favorite,
first.
And subscribe.
Great. Anyways, I just want to say, even if you don't like horror movies, there are still some good ones out there, because as someone who doesn't like horror movies, you can still find some. You just have to find your niche, alright? Other than that, be sure to like and comment below, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Hope you enjoyed this list. Have a happy Halloween. And we should do this again sometime.
Well,
no, what the fuck?
Brian's not going to be here to do it again.
I had to do it one last time for Halloween.